For over 6 decades, Hayley Mills kept quiet about what really happened behind the scenes of Disney's iconic 1961 film, The Parent Trap. Now, at 79, she's finally revealing the truth about her legendary co-star, Maureen O'Hara. What she shares will change everything you thought you knew about this Hollywood classic. But before we reveal what Hayley Mills said, you need to understand the extraordinary circumstances that brought these two actresses together. In 1960, a young British girl named Hayley Mills was just 13 years old when Walt Disney himself discovered her in the film Tiger Bay. She had been acting alongside her father, the legendary John Mills, when Disney saw something special in her performance. Disney immediately put her under contract and cast her in Pollyanna, which became an instant sensation. Hayley won a special Academy Award for her performance, and suddenly this teenager from London was Hollywood's newest sensation. For her second Disney film, the studio had something even more ambitious in mind. They wanted Hayley to play not one, but 2 roles in a groundbreaking family comedy about identical twins separated at birth. The film would require revolutionary split-screen technology and would pair the young star with one of Hollywood's most formidable actresses. Enter Maureen O'Hara. By 1960, Maureen O'Hara was already a Hollywood icon. The fiery Irish actress had starred in classics like The Quiet Man and Miracle on 34th Street. She was known for her stunning beauty, her powerful screen presence, and her no-nonsense attitude. When Disney approached O'Hara for The Parent Trap, there was immediate tension. According to O'Hara's own memoirs, Disney initially offered her only a third of her usual $75,000 fee. But Maureen O'Hara was not a woman to be underestimated. She held firm, demanded her full quote, and got it. But that wasn't the only battle. O'Hara's contract guaranteed her top billing, yet Disney decided to give that honor to the teenage Hayley Mills instead. This decision created friction between O'Hara and the studio, friction that would ensure she never worked with Disney again. So when 14-year-old Hayley Mills walked onto the set of The Parent Trap, she was about to work with a Hollywood legend who had every reason to be difficult. The question everyone had was, how would the Irish firecracker treat the young British newcomer? Now, decades later, Hayley Mills has finally opened up about what really happened between her and Maureen O'Hara. And her words might surprise you. In a recent interview marking the film's 60th anniversary, Mills didn't hold back. She described O'Hara as wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But it's what she said next that reveals the true nature of their relationship. I remember I was very in awe of her in the beginning, Mills recalled. She was so very real and down to earth. She was very Irish. She was very warm and demonstrative and extremely talkative. She never stopped talking and laughing and hugging you. Then Mills said something that perfectly captured Maureen O'Hara's essence. She was a real force of nature. When she walked on set, there was this energy telling us that Maureen had arrived. Despite the billing controversy, despite O'Hara's star status, and despite Hayley being just a teenager, O'Hara treated her young co-star with warmth and respect. There were no diva moments, no cold shoulders, no Hollywood hierarchy. Instead, there were hugs, laughter, and genuine connection. Mills remembers working on the film as such a great experience and such fun for a kid. She was just 14, playing 2 roles simultaneously using groundbreaking technology, and she had the privilege of learning from one of Hollywood's greatest actresses, who treated her like family. The chemistry between Mills and O'Hara on screen was no accident. It was the result of O'Hara's generosity of spirit, her professionalism, and her ability to lift up those around her rather than overshadow them. The Parent Trap became one of Disney's most beloved films. It tackled the then taboo subject of divorce at a time when more and more families were breaking up. Mills recalls that when she went to boarding school, there was only one girl whose parents were divorced, and she was ashamed of it. The Parent Trap helped normalize these conversations and gave comfort to countless children. The film was so successful that it spawned multiple sequels in the 1980s, with Mills reprising her roles as an adult. A 1998 remake with Lindsay Lohan introduced the story to a new generation. Today, Hayley Mills looks back on The Parent Trap as one of her most cherished experiences. The film helped define her career, addressed important social issues, and gave her the gift of working alongside a true legend. But perhaps most importantly, it gave her a friendship with Maureen O'Hara, a woman who could have been intimidating or difficult, but who chose instead to be warm, generous, and real. That's the truth Hayley Mills wanted to share. Sometimes the biggest stars shine brightest not through their performances alone, but through their humanity. Maureen O'Hara was indeed a force of nature. But the force she brought was love, laughter, and an energy that made everyone around her better. And that, more than any movie magic, is what made The Parent Trap truly unforgettable.